Welcome to Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. I'm Jane Klaus. Home remodeling is at an all-time high right now. And while a little paint, new cabinets, or furniture may give you the look you're after, it may not be providing the feel or energy that you need. So today, we're talking about how Feng Shui can give your space everything it's missing. But before we dive into those tips, let's see what's coming up on the show. One simple thing you can do to create better energy in your home. And helping kids stay in school and find a path to their futures. Plus, using mirrors to update your space. That and much more coming up on Arizona Living. Home remodeling is booming right now, so we wanted to get some tips on how to make your space work for you. So joining me is Essential Feng Shui consultant, Ro Rusnick. Hi, Ro.
Hi, Jane. Good to be here this morning.
Now, I love the idea of Feng Shui, but for people who don't know what it is, can you explain to us what Feng Shui is?
Absolutely. So what Feng Shui is, it's a 3,000-year-old philosophy that originates in China. And what it is it is understanding that energy, good and not such good energy, is flowing through our environments, and we want to make sure that we have more good Feng Shui energy than bad. And so as a Feng Shui practitioner, I come into this space and I evaluate how the energy is running through your homes, your offices, and your living spaces.
Ro, tell us about the benefits of using the Feng Shui principles in your home. What are some of the benefits?
Right. So what my clients would say to you is that they are healthier, and not only physically healthier, they are mentally, emotionally, and physically healthier. They're also happier in life. They're wealthier, and people often, after showing them where the power position is in their homes, and we have them sit there and sleep there, they will say that they feel that they have better concentration, they have more clarity, and they feel happier in all areas of their life, understanding that everything is energy.
I love that. You say there's a power position in the home. How do we know where it's at?
The power position of the room is when you can see the entry door from your bed or from your desk, that you can see where it is, who's coming in, and that you're not sitting directly in front of the door, but you're off to the side of the door, because chi comes in the door really quick. And we want to make sure we're just scooted over out of the way of the door, but you can see what's coming in at you. Also, when you're sleeping in your bedroom, we want you sleeping in that power position also. And if you can't move your desk, I want you to place a mirror so you can see what's happening behind you.
All right, Rose, so tell us what we should consider before we start remodeling or updating our home.
Right. So what I want you to do is you can also reach me and receive a Bagua map. A Bagua map has the 8 treasures of our lives. I want you to look at the Bagua map. As you're making your changes to your home, you're going to put this Bagua map on top of your home, orienting the very bottom of the map to your front door. It's called the mouth of chi, your front door. And then you can see, okay, where am I wanting to make these changes? Expansion, changes to my home, because it's going to reflect those areas of your life and the 8 treasures. So play with your Bagua map, get to know your Bagua map. And again, if you'd like one, I'm happy to send one out to you.
Ro, are there a few simple takeaways that we can use in our home to gain harmony?
Absolutely. Number 1 is decluttering. Decluttering is so important in Feng Shui. When we have our home decluttered and everything in its place, everything in its home, we are going to be more relaxed in our internal world. Second point is get rid of anything that's broken, anything that's ripped, tattered, that you are not willing to fix right now. That is a reflection of your consciousness. And then surround yourself with things that you love. Do not settle, because if you settle for things in your home, it's a reflection that you're settling for things in your life, and we don't want you settling. We want you knowing what you want, being really clear, being certain and confident that you know what you want and that you're willing to receive it.
All right, awesome. If somebody wants more information, what services do you offer?
I feng shui everything. I travel throughout the United States. I do feng shui consults remotely. And I love working with residential and business. So anything that you need for feng shui, I'm your girl.
So amazing, Ro. I love all of this. Thank you so much for this great information. If you need help with your home and you would like to set up a consultation, just head over to Ro's website. In a state like Arizona, where sunshine is year-round, getting solar makes sense for both the environment and your wallet. So let's see how Sunny Energy can make the process turnkey for you.
We often get asked the question of how does solar work, and there's really two answers. There's the technical answer, which is solar produces energy from the sunlight hitting solar cells and creating an electric current. That electric current gets converted to electricity that you can use in your home, gets converted with a solar inverter, just like you get for the utility grid. My name is Joe Cunningham. I'm Director of Operations for Sunny Energy, and I'm also one of the founders. People are often asking is, what does solar do for me? And that is, it offsets your purchases from the utility company. So instead of buying all this energy from a utility company, as solar is producing it, you can use that energy in your home to power everything there. There hasn't been a better time to go solar than right now. Costs of equipment have come down tremendously over the last 10 years. The utility rates have been increasing, and they're increasing even faster right now. There are incentives available. The federal government, Congress just voted on increasing the tax credit for solar to 30% and some other incentives. Plus, you really don't start saving until you have your solar system. So why wait? This is the best time to go solar and start saving. It's right now.
My name is Chris Wood. I'm the Director of Business Development here at Sunny Energy. I'm also one of the owners and founders. It's really important when you're designing the system where you put the panels, which roof azimuths you work with, which ones you avoid. The reason this is important is not all homes are exactly the same. Different areas are going to have different production, and of course that's where your savings come from. The more energy we can produce from the same number of panels, the better return on investment you're going to get. Sunny Energy started in 2014. From day one, we set out to offer homeowners a better experience of wanting to go solar. We've always wanted to be the best, not the biggest, here in town. We're locally owned and operated. All of us live here in the valley. We all have solar on our homes, and we are true believers in this industry. We're not pushy. We don't try to convince people to do things. We try to treat everybody like family. When I do this system for myself, my mother, my family, that's what we want. We want happy customers. That's why we have so many 5-star reviews. We're not perfect, but when we make a mistake, we own it, we learn from it, and we do everything we can to make it right. Sunny Energy is truly a one-stop shop. We do everything in-house. We handle everything from system design, to the sales, to the permit, to the installation. It's all done here by W-2 salaried employees. There has never been a better time to go solar. Right now, the incentives are the best they've ever been. The federal government will give you 30% with a federal tax credit, and then the state government will give you $1,000 as well. APS will actually buy your excess energy at a premium over the spot market. Additionally, they've just launched a really nice incentive program for batteries that'll really help homeowners control their energy usage. Batteries make sense for a whole lot of reasons. I have them in my own house for the last 2 years and love them. Please visit us online. We really do look forward to working with you.
Your living room is the gathering space of the home, and it should feel welcoming. To encourage connections, face the chairs and sofa towards each other. And add green plants to this space because they contribute a vital life energy force, according to Feng Shui principles. But before you start moving the furniture, let's see what's coming up on the show. Central Arizona Project shares their mission for protecting our water supply. And a mom on a mission to educate about the dangers of fentanyl. Central Arizona Project and Cox Communications share how their commitment to environmental and sustainability issues are impacting our community.
For many years, Cox and the Central Arizona Project have shared a commitment to environmental and sustainability issues.
We're standing alongside the 336-mile canal that begins in Lake Havasu at the California-Arizona border and extends to south of Tucson. The CAP system includes 14 pumping plants that lift water nearly 3,000 feet across the length of the system, as well as 10 siphons and 4 tunnels. Our system also includes Lake Pleasant, which serves as CAP's storage reservoir.
Cox Conserves is Cox's national sustainability program that has been instrumental in driving meaningful progress towards environmental change. Inside our company and within the communities we serve, with nearly $140 million invested in more than 400 projects, we're on track to meet our aggressive Cox Conserves goals to become zero waste to landfill by 2024 and becoming carbon and water neutral by 2034. Cox is a global leader in sustainability and strives to solve the environmental crisis through key partnerships across the country. Additionally, Cox employees have volunteered 15,000 hours to help environmental partners in 2019 and 2020, reducing 12 tons of carbon, diverting 58,000 pounds of waste from landfills, and conserving 9,200 gallons of water in the communities we serve. Employees are a tremendous source of knowledge and ideas to help us achieve water and carbon neutrality.
Partnerships help keep the water flowing. Our water professionals ensure the reliable delivery of Colorado River water to Maricopa, Pinal, and Pima counties through collaborative efforts to sustain our water supply for future generations of Arizonans.
Our efforts to become water neutral will have a meaningful impact on not only drinking water, but also water-related ecosystems. By 2034, we will save 392 million gallons of water, a total water savings enough to fill 10 million bathtubs.
Is there a lot of planning involved in ensuring reliable water deliveries for future Arizonans? Absolutely. We need to work together on a Colorado River system that is resilient in the face of climate change. CAP also has been storing water underground through a process called recharge. The intent is that during periods of reduced water supply, these underground storage reservoirs can be recovered. Recharge also improves groundwater supply, enhances water quality through natural filtration, and prevents land subsidence. CAP has a climate adaptation plan with the goal of sustaining our water supplies in the era of climate change. There are several things we're doing to prepare for the future. In the near term, increasing water conservation to benefit Lake Mead through local and interstate partnerships. In the midterm, preparing to move non-Colorado River water through the system when necessary. In the long term, looking into efforts including desalinization, water exchanges, and reuse. And we'll continue to collaborate with others locally, regionally, and nationally.
There is nothing like a mom on a mission. And for one Valley mom, she hopes her Forever 83 campaign can educate and save lives.
Isaiah was very active in sports. He grew up with the dream of wanting to go to the NFL. He took football very serious. He was very good at it. He had a lot of close friends that he grew up with. He liked to hang out, play Xbox, video games, normal kid stuff. Isaiah had asked if he could go to the mall with his friends to go buy some shoes and stuff for school. And a little while later, he goes to the friend's house. Later on that evening, I get a call from a family member that there's a picture of Isaiah on Snapchat and he's passed out. And they're saying that he took a pill. We get to the ICU and they tell us that they're saying that Isaiah took a prescription pill. Percocet is what they said. But when they did his toxicology, they could not find Percocet in his system. They told us that they're certain that Isaiah ingested fentanyl because there's a lot of counterfeit pills going around. Unfortunately, because Isaiah was down so long and his friends didn't call right away, that he was left brain dead due to lack of oxygen. But unfortunately, Isaiah didn't make it. I'm not mad at Isaiah. I was a little upset in the beginning because I did have those talks with him and I did tell him about drugs. I did warn him about being able to identify who your real friends are. But at the end of the day, Isaiah was still a child and someone deceived him into thinking he was trying something that he didn't. So to me, Isaiah didn't overdose. I think for me, Isaiah was poisoned. I started Isaiah's Forever 83 campaign in memory of Isaiah. try to reach them and educate them to understand that all drugs right now are laced and they all contain fentanyl. It's very rare that you're going to find an actual prescription pill on the street right now that doesn't have fentanyl. Some of these pills they're now making them to look like candy and to be appealing to the kids. The one thing that parents should really consider is that our kids are not perfect, and unfortunately sometimes the outside influences can get the best. And just keep talking to your children and don't assume that they're not capable of making a mistake. A lot of kids make bad choices, and that's part of growing up. But unfortunately, fentanyl doesn't give you a second chance every time. I would recommend for parents to have that conversation specifically about fentanyl, because even though they're considering trying drugs, they need to understand that fentanyl can kill you instantly. One time can be your last. One pill can kill.
One way to improve your kitchen feng shui is to make sure your refrigerator is clean and tidy. Now remember, the kitchen is the area of the home where we nourish ourselves, so clearing out expired items and wiping it clean will create a nourishing space for you. Stick around, we've got more Arizona Living coming your way. A unique school with a rich history showing kids how to succeed, and tips on using mirrors in your home design. Keeping kids in school is at the heart of Pep Tech high schools. It's their goal to provide a quality education to students who are at risk of dropping out.
Buses actually came from a Seminole school district down in Florida, and I bought it for $19,000. It was named La Tortuga, which means a tortoise, and we would drive the bus down to Sarita. The farm workers coming out of the fields, they would come on board, and we would provide educational classes, everything from literacy to GED, learning how to drive, all the practical things that the students needed to have to actually survive. This is why we continue that theme today. We take the education to the person's mind. Just like we engage the farm workers on the bus, we have the same philosophy of engaging the students in education and understanding that education does create opportunities and what they're learning is meaningful and it is something that will take them in their career path. Pep Tech is providing an accredited diploma by the Arizona State Department of Education, just like any other public school in the area, and our education services are free because we are public. We have everybody from migrant seasonal farm workers to refugees, mainstream students, and because of the diversity, I think there's a lot that we can learn from each other. We have a number of campuses. We have one in Sierra Vista, the Colin Powell High School, in Douglas, the Raul H. Castro, Casa Grande, the Alice Paul, Somerton, the Jose Yepes, a famous farm worker leader, and of course Cesar Chavez is the one we have in San Luis. We have a great relationship with the school districts and all the communities we operate. They see our need. We get many of our referrals come from the other public schools in the area. It doesn't matter who gets the credit, as long as these kids graduate and go on to college. When I graduated from Pueblo, there was no money. My dad was retired, but a lady from a church stepped up and said, "You can go to college, I'll pay for it." So that's what's motivated me. We need to give these kids an opportunity to go on and succeed. Without a scholarship, a lot of the dreams that these graduates have are dead end because there's no way of going forward. This is what we want to do through our scholarship program. After all, they are our future. And the better we prepare them, the better off the world will be. I think it's very important to go to our website and they can reach out to our organization and even come to our school, make an appointment. They can meet with the staff there, even have a tour when it's able to be arranged. And we're really glad this is not our school. This belongs to the community that taxpayers pay for it. It's their school. We want them to know that we're there and they were engaged, and we want to make a success out of our students.
So many of us are working from home these days, and if you're prone to procrastinating, you might want to consider adding white or gray to your office design. Both of these colors represent the metal element in Feng Shui, which inspires productivity. But before you get out those paint rollers, hang on, let's take a peek at what we have coming up on the show. We get design advice from American Furniture Warehouse.
For more great videos of life up close, visit yourview.com.
A simple mirror can change up your space in a big way, and the design experts at American Furniture Warehouse show us how it's done.
In this video, we're going to talk about how to use mirrors in your living space. Mirrors are a great way to add the illusion of more square footage in your space and to reflect light in your room. To start, we've anchored the room with this large-scale cream sofa with colorful accent pillows. The room is balanced by the 2 matching end tables and table lamps on either side, and we've created a focal point by hanging the mirror horizontally above the sofa. In the next space, our goal was to reflect light. By hanging mirrors behind lamps, you are reflecting more light into the space and making the room appear larger. Adding an abstract piece of art with coordinating colors really tie the room together. Keeping the room balanced, we added 2 linear mirrors with a sofa table in front for our last space. Using linear mirrors vertically at a different height dimension and draw your eye up. Using the same piece of art, the space has flow and feels complete. As always, you can find everything in this room and more at afw.com.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jane Klaus, and we'll see you next time on Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration, where we help you create an inspired life.